What gear actually survives the harshest off-road conditions? After driving 5,000 miles through the rugged Baja Peninsula, I've got the Amazon gear that kept me safe, powered up, and moving forward. Stay tuned for the best Prime Day deals on all these tested must-haves. Listen for to one retractable car charger. Let's kick things off with a small but super useful item that made my trip way easier. The Listen 421 retractable car charger. You've probably dealt with tangled charging cables before, right? Well, this charger plugs straight into your car's cigarette port and comes with two retractable cables, one for USB-C and one for older iPhones. So if you've got multiple devices, this charger is a game changer. On a long drive, it was super convenient, especially when my wife needed to charge her old iPhone and I needed to charge my new one. Plus, once you're done, just a quick tug and the cables retract. Simple, but effective. And it's on sale for Prime Day. Dewalt grinder and tools. Next up, Dewalt tools. When you're off-roading, you never know when you'll need to do a little repair, so having the right tools is key. I brought along the Dewalt grinder with cutoff wheels, which came in handy a few times. Whether it was cutting metal or doing a quick fix, this grinder was a lifesaver. It was especially helpful when a car part broke down and we needed a quick solution. Plus, there are big sales on Dewalt hand tools right now, so if you're in the market, this is a perfect time to grab some. 5-gallon water jug. You might not think much of a 5-gallon water jug, but trust me, it's a must-have on long trips. We used this thing non-stop for hydration and washing up. What makes it really awesome is the battery-operated pump that turns it into a mini faucet. Just tap the top and water pours out without any hassle. Even if you don't have the pump, it comes with a regular nozzle for easy pouring. We kept it in the back of the truck for easy access, and it made life on the trail way easier. Definitely grab one if you're heading off-road. MSR Alpine dish brush. Okay, this one might sound a bit random, but the MSR Alpine dish brush was surprisingly useful. It costs just about $7, but it has this built-in scraper and brush combo, which came in handy during our Baja trip. We used it to clean everything from dishes to our windshield. The brush's scraper removed tree sap that leaked onto our windshield while parked under a tree. Small, cheap, and super handy, it earned a permanent spot in our camping gear. Camp roll table. If you've ever used bulky camp tables, you know they take up too much space. That's why I swear by roll-up camp tables. These tables are compact, affordable, and super easy to set up. We use this to cook meals, have snacks, and just hang out at camp. Unlike the big folding ones, the roll-up design makes it so easy to stow away in the vehicle. There's a 32% discount on these for Prime Day, so it's the perfect time to grab one for your next trip. My Medic First Aid Kit. If you're heading out into the wild, a first aid kit is a no-brainer. We used our My Medic First Aid Kit for everything from dealing with cactus spines to jellyfish stings. If you've never dealt with jellyfish stings, they cause swelling and irritation, so having the right remedies is critical. The cool thing about My Medic is they've got kits for any type of adventure, whether it's basic or advanced. Just a tip: store your first aid kit somewhere visible. It's much easier to grab in an emergency than one that's hidden in a camouflaged bag. Noco battery charger. A battery jumper pack is a must-have when you're off-roading. On this trip, I used the Noco battery charger, and it did wonders. If your car dies out in the middle of nowhere, you'll be stuck if you don't have a jump starter. Noco is powerful, compact, and reliable. The great part is, it's on sale for Prime Day, and you can find various models depending on your needs. If you plan to go to remote places, definitely get one. Boxo Tool Kit. Having the right tools is key to avoiding being stranded. I swear by. My Boxo Tool Kit, which is a full set designed for car repairs on the go. On our trip, we broke 4-wheel studs, so having this kit was invaluable for quick repairs. It's a bit of an investment at around $550, but if you plan to be on the road a lot, it's worth it. If that's too much for your budget, I've got a budget-friendly alternative using tools from Harbor Freight, which still gets the job done. Jetboil Mini Mow. When you're on the road for weeks, it's essential to have something quick for meals. Enter the Jetboil Mini Mow. It's compact, lightweight, and perfect for making a quick cup of coffee or hot meal in the morning. There's no need to fuss. With large cooking equipment, and you've got the Mini Mow. Whether you're camping in the middle of nowhere or parked near a beach, it'll make sure you have a hot meal in no time. Fire extinguisher for auto. I can't stress this enough. Fire extinguishers are a must for your vehicle. We didn't use ours on this trip, but we saw car fires near Vegas, one after another. They're more common than you think. And having an extinguisher mounted within easy reach could save your vehicle and maybe even your life. I recommend getting a mounting system that works for your car, so it's easily accessible if the worst happens. Etaker F2000 and F109 power stations. Now, let's talk about power stations. They're essential for any overlanding trip, especially when you need to keep things charged, like cameras, phones, and fridges. The Etaker F2000200W and Etaker F100 Pro 10000W are perfect for this, and they charge fast. What I love about them is that they work with both solar and alternator power, so you can stay powered up no matter where you are. On this trip, I relied on solar panels to keep them charged, and they did a great job. Anker Solix Everfrost to Fridge. For keeping food cold on long trips, the Anker Solix Everfrost to Fridge was a lifesaver. This fridge is compact, efficient, and perfect for a small group. We used it for everything from storing drinks to keeping perishables cold for days. The fridge even has a built-in battery, so if you want to leave it at camp and explore, it can. Keep running without needing a constant power source. Air conditioners. Yes, I brought air conditioners on this trip. It was my first time testing out camp AC units, and I was curious about their practicality. The Zero Breeze Mark III and Cybertake. A C were the two I tested. They do a good job of cooling, especially in extreme heat, but they're power hungry. Running them full blast uses around 600 to 1000 watts per hour. So you'll need enough power to keep them running, ideally through solar or your vehicle's battery. If you're planning to camp in hot and humid climates, they can be a game changer. Cybertake AC and Zero Breeze AC. We also tried to air conditioners that are designed specifically for camping and overlanding. The Cybertake AC and Zero Breeze Mark III were both surprisingly effective, but they each had their own strengths and weaknesses. The Zero Breeze is the more expensive option, but it comes with a 1000W battery and is super powerful. It kept the tent cool in 102 degrees Fahrenheit heat, which is no easy feat. However, downside is that it uses a lot of power, so make sure you have enough solar or vehicle power to keep it running. On the other hand, the Cybertake AC is smaller and more affordable, but it doesn't have a built-in battery, so you'll need to plug it into an external power source. I actually found it worked best in eco mode. It didn't cool things down to 70 degrees Fahrenheit, but it brought the temperature down enough to make the unbearable heat feel more tolerable. If you plan on camping in extreme heat and need cooling, both of these AC units can be a lifesaver. Just be aware of their power demands. ScanGauge 3. One of the best purchases I made for the trip was the ScanGauge 3. This OBD2 scanner connects directly to your vehicle's computer system and gives you real-time data on things like transmission, temperature, fuel efficiency, and engine health. On our Baja trip, it was especially helpful when we were driving on rough, sandy beaches. Without the ScanGauge, you wouldn't know if your transmission is overheating until it's too late. I was able to keep track of the transmission temperature, which helped prevent damage to the vehicle during long stretches of sandy driving. The ScanGauge also helped me troubleshoot issues with our Etaker charger when it stopped working. By monitoring the voltage through the scan tool, I could tell that the alternator wasn't providing enough power, so I was able to fix the issue on the spot. This tool isn't just for off-roading, it's perfect for anyone who wants to keep an eye on their vehicle's performance during long road trips. Plano storage case. When it comes to storing gear, I always go for something that's affordable and durable. The Plano storage case has been my go-to for years. It's cheap, lightweight, and keeps everything protected from the elements. On this trip, it was perfect for storing things like cameras, batteries, and other sensitive gear. The case seals tightly so no dust or moisture got in even through rainstorms. Plus, at only about $27. It's a steal compared to pricier alternatives like Pelican cases. While we didn't have any major issues with dust or moisture, having the Plano case gave me peace of mind that my gear was safe. If you're looking for a simple and affordable storage solution, this case is hard to beat. Harbor Freight Stackable Storage Tote. For organizing gear in the vehicle, I relied on stackable crates from Harbor Freight. These crates were super useful, especially since I had a lot of vertical storage space but no proper system to keep things organized. The great part about these crates is that they lock together so they don't slide around in the back of your vehicle. They made accessing things like tools and camp supplies way easier during the trip. Plus, they're much cheaper than similar options on Amazon. Having a good storage system is key for any long road trip, and these stackable crates helped me stay organized. If you're looking for a budget-friendly solution, Harbor Freight's stackable totes are definitely worth considering. Glue Tread Kit. On our trip, we had to deal with a few unexpected tire issues, which is pretty common when you're off-roading. That's where the Glue Tread Kit came in handy. It's a great tool for patching up tire sidewalls, especially when you're in a situation where you can't get to a repair shop. The kit includes everything you need to make quick fixes on the go. We were able to keep driving even when one of the tires got a pretty bad cut. If you're going off-roading or camping in a rugged area like Baja, having a glue tread kit is a must. Small, easy to carry, and could be the difference between getting stuck and continuing your journey. Apex Designs Fast Deflate Valves. Now, let's talk about some of the most requested gear mods from my trip. The Apex Designs Fast Deflate Valves were an absolute game changer. These valves replace your standard tire valve and allow you to quickly release air by simply pulling a lever. We use these to quickly lower tire pressure when we hit rough trails. I was able to go from 40 psi to 1517 psi in just 9 seconds per tire. This is incredibly useful for dirt roads or rocky trails, as lower tire pressure gives you better traction, while some off-roaders don't love these because they're not as flexible as standard valves. I had no issues using them on my Jeep with 42-inch tires. They're fast, reliable, and worth every penny for anyone who spends time off-road. Apex Designs Spool Air Hose. That's a wrap for my review of the Amazon gear I actually used during my 5,000-mile Baja trip. I covered everything from battery, chargers and air conditioners, to first aid kits and storage solutions. With Prime Day deals going on, now's the perfect time to grab some of these items for your own adventures. If you have any questions or want more details on any of the gear I mentioned, drop them in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell so you don't miss out on future updates. Also, stay tuned for the next video, where I'll be talking about what went wrong on the trip, what caused my vehicle to break down, and the Jeep rock crawler build. See you next time.